Tehari. It's not biryani, it's not pulao. It's something beautifully in between. Comforting, aromatic and humble. But when it's done right, it's unforgettable. Today I will show you how to make authentic Bangladeshi chicken tehari. It's a one-pot rice dish with golden spices, juicy chicken and that perfect aroma which says we're home. So I have prepped all the ingredients which is necessary for today's cooking. The main flavor of this dish comes from this aromatic Chinigura chal. So this rice is a local favorite, but if you cannot get this, you can use any aromatic rice you want. And other items are here as well, the spices, the garam masalas. I've boiled some potatoes. Then there's chicken. I've used whole chicken and cut into small pieces. This is mustard oil. If you're new to mustard oil, trust me, this is where the tehari magic begins. So I'm going to turn the stove on. So I'm heating up 1 cup of mustard oil till it's aromatic and smoky. Now the oil is heated up. I'll be adding in the whole spices. First goes the cumin, then some bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, cardamom. That's it. So the oil is going to soak up all the flavors. Now I'll be adding the sliced onions. I've added 1 cup of sliced onions. For the sliced onions, we are going for golden brown, not dark. So we'll not rush the onions. We'll take time. And my mother always said, don't rush the onions. They are the soul of the main food. Now I will be adding 1 tablespoon of ginger paste, 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. Since I have used 1 whole chicken, the ratio is 1 tablespoon garlic, 1 tablespoon ginger. So you saute this for some time until the raw smell is gone. Now I'll be adding the ground spices. So here is cumin powder, then there is chili powder, then there is coriander powder. So I'll be adding 3 of the spices in equal ratio, which is 1 tablespoon full. So now I'm adding the chicken, which is bone in, for more flavor. You can, however, use boneless chicken as well. I'm adding the bone in chicken and it's a whole chicken. We're going to cook this chicken for 10 minutes until the oil separates. And that is when we know that the masala is cooked thoroughly. Now we're going to add some salt, some green chilies, and stir. This smells like Friday lunch at home. And this is when I know it's working. So we are almost done with the frying. Enough to cook the chicken thoroughly. And cover the lid and turn the heat to low. So the secret to this dish is this garam masala. Here is black pepper, 2 red chilies, dried, mace, cardamom pods, nutmeg, cinnamon, star anise. So I've made this into a powder which I'll be using in this dish. And here it is. Wow. Looks nice. And now I'll be adding the secret spices, which is the grinded garam masala. I'll be using 2 teaspoonful of it. In goes the yogurt. It smooths out the spices and adds body to the dish. Now in goes the boiled potatoes. I added the potatoes thinking that this will make this dish more comforting. The chicken was cooking for 15 minutes and I can tell that the chicken is fully cooked now. Now comes the most important part, which is adding the rice in, which I soaked for 2 to 3 hours. So I'll be adding the rice very gently, very carefully so that the grains don't break. Now I'll be adding some whole green chilies. So just go on the top. Some more salt since I've added the rice. So a little pinch of salt. The fried onions. This is a staple. We usually keep this fried and store it in the fridge. You could fry this separately just in oil. And we'll use this fried onion on top of the tehari mix. And lastly, a little bit, I would say a generous amount of ghee, because without ghee, this tehari is not complete. For 2 cups of rice, I'll be adding 3 cups of water. This is boiled water. So let this come to a gentle boil. I'll not rush it. Let the rice soak in all the moisture and all the flavor. I'll be turning on the heat to low, the lowest I can, and putting the lid on and cook this until the rice is fully cooked. This is where the flavors marry and the tehari becomes tehari. The moment of truth. Just look at that. The tehari is perfectly cooked. Every grain of rice is separate and the chicken is soft and juicy. Now to finish off the tehari, I'll just put 1 teaspoonful of rose water. This is optional, but this will give the distinct flavor. And it's done. Perfectly done and perfectly cooked tehari. So this is the kind of dish that does not need garnish. You just serve it with a simple salad and watch it disappear. Now every bite reminds me of my childhood. If you like this recipe, do try it out. And like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Till then, stay well. See you next time.